Next, I'd like to welcome Becca Schmiedel to the podium to give the senior address.
Woo! Go, Becca!
I'm sorry. Well, here we are. Here we are in the stuffy gym wearing these unattractive, pretty cap gowns, all looking pretty much exactly the same. Even though, after all these years, they've told us how important it is to be an individual. What have these past years been taught us? Well, they taught us how to be the next all-star sprinter when we hear that one celery. They taught us that Mr. Morrison is by far the best substitute to have because he always get water breaks. They even taught us how to go 45 miles an hour all the way down to Flint to hit the break just before we get too close to cops and on Oregon Street every morning.
Woo!
Kidding, Dad. We learned these things together as a group, and as now graduating class in 2012. We've been on this path, destined for these diplomas. Since the very first day we walked through those doors with anxious spirits and sweaty palms. We made sure to go home freshman year at our first homecoming pep rally. We've seen our boys basketball team go to Madison for state twice. These past 4 years, we, together, have had experiences that have brought us closer, that have brought us to establishing relationships, these companionships. Freshman year, our pathway brought us to the realization that North really doesn't have a third floor, or a bowling alley. And by sophomore year, we were just thankful we weren't freshmen anymore. When junior year came, so did the realization that our futures were coming sooner than we thought, with ACTs and college visits. However, no matter the year, there's always inconsistencies. Like the countless nights that were spent dressing up for the theme of the weekly football game. Or our short-lived summer vacations, spending time in the water, at bonfires, or sleeping in. Step by step, each of us is selected to walk this pathway that will now become memory lane. If you could see me going to high school, I would appear to you the same way I would if I went back and sat in my seat with the rest of you in my graduating class. Just another piece of the puzzle. Not necessarily average, but not the smartest or most athletic either. Not quite enough for people to question who I was, but not so outspoken I brought unnecessary attention to myself. Just another spin, filling the desk, always doing what I was told. Had it not been for these past 4 years, I would probably plan to carry on in that same lifestyle. Had it not been for these past 4 years, I would not be standing up here today beginning you with a speech. My point to you is this. Being on this pathway has been like riding a tricycle. The baby steps before making the leap to the big, bad fight. It's given us a chance to learn the basics, get an understanding as to where we might lose our balance. Yes, growing up together we've had this great fun, but we've also gone through some obstacles and heartbreaks. Times we believe we're the only ones struggling, the only ones doing clueless, but we weren't. And although our paths have been crossed rough terrain, it's important to remember we made it through it all okay. We made it through balance in school, athletics, a job, and a social life. We made it through some fights we had with our best friends. We made it through the breakups and misunderstandings of young relationships. As soon as the alumni of Oshkosh High School, I want all of you to look back and realize what these past 4 years have done for you. How they touch the basics and prepare you to take on the big bad world. The good and bad experiences are what each of us needs driving forward in our futures. Without these experiences, we would have no opportunity to grow and become unique individuals I know each would be. After all, everyone wearing a castle now has a different pathway ahead of them. No longer will we walk the same halls, will we share the same experiences. Some of us will be going to the West Coast, others to the east, north, south, or just down the road to Oshkosh. Some of us will straight to the workforce, while others have no idea what they're doing, which happen to be here. In fact, I think many of us are just happy to be here. Whatever the case may be, I hope each of you maintain the same attitude skills still does for day one. That each of you knows it's not about where you go to school or how much swing you get, it's about what you decide to do with your education. And if you're planning on going straight to the workforce, remember, it's not about getting the job done, but getting the job done right. As American writer Dr. Seuss once said, if you bring it to your head, you can get in your shoes. Consider yourself and the direction you choose. You're on your own, knowing you know. You're the guy beside your boat. Congratulations, class, you've done well. It's time to take off the training wheels, ride the big bike, and show the kind of world and kind of individual you are.